Canon has finally discontinued the EOS M line. That's kind of a bummer. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. This is my original Canon EOS M. I got this about a year and a half after it launched, mainly because I had a small project that ended up turning into a much bigger project that needed slightly better photos, slightly better video than what the camera I had was capable of. Granted, the client that booked wanted me to use said smaller camera, but it was already on its way out, and I didn't have the most confidence in that particular camera doing that amount of work at the time. So I hopped on the, at the time, not so large bandwagon of mirrorless and picked up the EOS M, which was a little bit of a gamble because I didn't know too much about what this camera did and all that good stuff. I just knew that it had manual controls, and that's exactly what I wanted / needed for this slightly bigger project that I was working on. Really, this tiny camera was the catalyst for me going more in the photography direction as opposed to anything else that I was doing at the time, which mainly was graphic design and printing and such. It really wasn't at the forefront trying to be a photographer and videographer, but getting booked for a relatively large project for a couple companies here in the DFW area pushed me towards getting this, not only getting this, but focusing in more on learning the overall craft, if you will, of photography and video production. I say that with a little bit of a caveat, more of the kind of YouTube, social media, video production side of things, not necessarily, television, film, anything like that. Of course not, but stuff for social media and a lot of that stuff, a lot of video content and photo content for socials and overall web stuff. It's a great little camera, by the way, if you didn't know. The focusing on this thing at the beginning, not the greatest to say the least, but I didn't do a lot of action photography at the time, so it really wasn't that big of a deal for me to get something that was going to be super sports oriented or anything like that. And keep in mind, I wasn't necessarily trying to be a full-time professional photographer. That wasn't the end goal. It was fun for me at the time, which, spoiler alert, it still is very fun for me, but that wasn't the focus. I just wanted to make some videos for a few of my clients here in the Dallas area, and I wanted something that was going to be a little bit better than, a standard point and shoot, but I needed something small that I can fit in a small bag, because at the time I was cycling pretty much everywhere. On occasion, Uber, but for the most part, I was on my bike. Everything was nice and kind of focused in on the downtown area, so I wanted something super small, super compact, but that gave me a little bit more range than, a point and shoot. All right, these are done. I just need to get a shipping label printed and pack everything up. I also have to go drop off everything else, like all these prints and stuff, and this one to the post office, so we can be done with a lot of the production work I have to do this week and focus on photo steps. So really, when I think about it, this little tiny camera here, in that sense, is solely responsible for my current career in photography and videography. This led to eventually the 7D Mark II, which was the camera I had wanted for ages, which led to the Canon R6, the other camera I wanted for, well, at the time, a couple of years. I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of this. It's still a little beast when you install something like Magic Lantern on there, but for right now, it's still a pretty good camera to keep around. You're staying here, buddy. You're not going anywhere. Plus, I still have a bunch of lenses. Of course, I do have the M6 Mark II, which is still my main YouTube camera, and a B-roll camera and backup camera for video and such. It's a little bit of a bummer that they're not doing the M line anymore, so no more EFM lenses, no more tiny cameras like this, no M6, no M50, any of that stuff. But it's totally understandable. Everything's going full speed to the R series, which I can't complain. I really like this R6. That's about it for right now. I got a bunch of other work that I need to take care of, and I gotta get prepped for another back-to-back shoot weekend-ish thing. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. Like, share, subscribe if you want. If you don't, I don't care. You do you. I gotta go. Okay, bye.